Hello, Mr. Fry's Algebra 1 class. This is March 11th, and we're actually only needing to work on the front, but I'm going to do the back with you also, because I imagine in the future you're going to need this. This is Unit 5 Homework 2, solving equations and inequalities, solving problems by substitution. So let's get going with this. I'll help you set up the even ones also, so hopefully that helps. I'm going to set these two equal to each other because, you know, y is equal to this and y is equal to that. So if y is equal to this and y is equal to that, these two things are going to be equal. So these two equations are going to be equal, and I'm just going to solve for x. So how did I do this? I subtracted 3x from both sides, and at the same time, I subtracted 33 from both sides, okay? I wanted to keep my x values positive. It just makes me feel better doing it that way. So in other words, you know, and each time, you know, I might be not showing each step, but you know, let me show you just real quick. 3x plus 19 equals 5x plus 33. What I did was I subtracted 3x, these canceled out. I have 19 equals 2x plus 33. I subtracted 33, and I get, these cancel out, so I get 2x equals negative 14, okay? That's how I got that there. That's what I'm doing. Those are the steps that I'm taking out of that. Just because of space-wise. So, you know, I'm doing two steps at once in order to get this. Okay, I'm not going to show you each one that's what I'm doing. I just want you to know that that's what's happening. I divide both sides by 2, and negative 14 divided by 2, it gives me negative 7. That equals x. So I take this problem right here, and I'm going to plug that x value, and you could take either one. You're going to get the same answer, which is pretty cool about doing these things. I picked this one. It looked easier. I don't know. Maybe it's not. This is the first one. So I just plug that in for my x value, and it ends up equaling negative 2. So that's what my y equals. My y equals negative 2. So negative 7, negative 2. To set up number 2 for you, you're just going to set these two equal to each other because y equals this and y equals that. So y equals y, so this equals this. Negative 2x plus 2 equals 7x plus 11. Okay, and then you'll get the variable by itself on one side, solve for x, and then plug it into one of those two. Number 3, taking a look at number 3, I'm given that y equals this, so I'm going to plug this in right here for that y, because y equals that. So then I'm only going to be dealing with x's, and I could solve it because I'm only dealing with x's. So x plus y equals x plus 8 equals 2. I have two x's here. I subtract 8 from both sides. I divide both sides by 2. I get x equals negative 3. I plug this negative 3 into this one. Looks easy. So negative 3 plus 8 was going to equal my y. And negative 3 plus 8 equals 5. So that's my y. So my coordinate point is negative 3, 5. This one tells you what y equals, so the way to set it up, you're going to have 5x minus whatever this is, so minus 2x equals 9. I just plugged this in to right there, okay? All right, number 5, I am taking this value, and I'm plugging that into that y value right there. See, it's right there now. It's not y, it's x plus 2. I use the distributive property. And then I am solving for x. I get x equals 0. I plug in 0 for this problem right here. This one's definitely the easier one. 0 plus 2 is 2, so my coordinate is 0, 2. Okay. In order to set this up, I'm going to plug this in to x. So I am going to have 2 times 3y plus 4y equals 10. That's a setup for number 6. Okay, number 7. This ends up being no solution because once I plug in this value in for y, I get 2x minus 2x, and then I'm left with negative 1 equals 3. Negative 1 does not equal 3. In fact, if you were to set this problem up, you would end up figuring out that you get the same. This one ends up being y equals 2x minus 3. So once they have the same slope, that means they are parallel to one another. That means no solution. Okay, they're never going to cross, in other words. This one, you're going to plug this value in for this x, so it's going to be 3 times negative 2y minus 21 minus 7y equals 41. Use the distributive property, get your y by itself, solve for y, plug it in one of these, and then solve for x. All right. I know you don't have to use the back, but here you could take a look at some of my work on the back on the odd ones, 9 and 11. I'm not going to walk you through all of those. You could, take a look at and see what I've done. And then here is 13 and 15 also. Sorry about my ugly 22. I just got excited, because I knew that it would be a 1, and I put an X on this side, and I had to cover it up. So I just, got a little sloppy there. So 13 and 15, notice that I had to change it twice because I was left with negative y once I moved the x to the other side. I don't want to know what negative y is. I have to know what positive y is. So I multiplied each term by a negative 1 to get rid of the negatives. But when I do that, my negatives change into positives. Okay? Same thing with number 15. All right, hopefully this helps. I know definitely the front is going to be what's needed, I think, for tomorrow, and that would be the 12th of March.